everybody, and welcome back to our channel. So today I have a vegan essentials video that I want to do for you guys. But before I get into the video, I want to ask you guys to please hit that subscribe button down below and let's get into the video. I want to first tell you guys, these are my vegan essentials. These are the top vegan essentials that I chose. First thing I want to start off with is avocados. Now avocados, I like to make avocado toast. I like to make guacamole. I like to just sometimes just smash it with a fork and just like put it on the side. Or you could use like just a regular dip, just smashed up avocado as a dip. And with this, you can do so many things with it. I also give it to my son as like baby food. So you can do whatever you want with avocado. It's versatile. You can put it on anything to dress anything up. Plain rice and beans, you add some avocado and just gives it more flavor. So yeah, this is a good staple to have in your pantry, avocado. The next thing is this applesauce, and with this applesauce, you can use it, of course you can eat it, but you can use it to replace like eggs and bacon and stuff like that. Instead of going out to buy like the egg replacer, which is a little pricey, but this is another good staple to have, but it sometimes could be a little pricey, and you might just want to use it for like baking like cake or cookies or something like that. You could definitely use this. This will be a cheaper alternative, but if you're okay with spending a little bit of extra cash, I think it's good to get an egg replacer. So it's equivalent to 34 eggs. So this gives you like 34 eggs, like this whole package. So it's definitely worth the price. But like again, like I said, like if you're on a budget, more conscious of shopping and saving money, then I think a good alternative would be to use applesauce to replace and bacon. And then I have this vegan egg, and you can also use this in bacon, but I like to use it to eat it like you would eat like a regular egg, like scrambled eggs and things like that. This is my favorite brand. They have like plenty of other vegan brands, but I like this one, the Follow Your Heart brand. I tried the Just Egg brand, and I'm not really a fan of the Just Egg. If you want to see a review on the Just Egg, I'll link it right here. This is the egg that I stick to right here, the Follow Your Heart, to eat as like regular eggs. I never tried this in bacon, but you can definitely try this when you're like baking cookies and stuff like that. Next thing that I think is a good staple item to have is some corn grits. Like this is like an easy breakfast for the kids to have. I like this brand by Red by Mill because it's more healthier. This is the natural way corn. This is natural corn. It's yellow, as you can see. The other grits that you usually purchase in the store is white because they dye it white, and it's not really good for you. This is a more healthier alternative if you're going to eat grits. Obviously, corn is not the best thing to eat, but if you're going to eat it, I would go with the Red by Mill corn grits. And this is just a quick, easy meal for breakfast for the kids, like this with some toast. Another quick meal for the kids to have is some rolled oats. You can make overnight oats. I like to put fruit in it sometimes, sweeten it with like the bee-free honey or agave nectar. I like to sweeten it with. So this is another good staple to have it. You can make oatmeal cookies. Like you already know what y'all can do with oatmeal. It's endless. Like the same, whether you're vegan or not, is tons of things that you can do with oatmeal. So yeah, obviously is bread. All bread isn't vegan, so keep that in mind. You want to definitely read the ingredients on the back of it and make sure that it doesn't contain any milk or eggs or anything like that. Just keep that in mind that all bread isn't vegan. This one right here is rye. Rye bread, we're trying to get more into rye bread because white bread, potato bread, wheat bread, all that bread, all those types of breads are not really good for you. So we're trying to switch to rye. That's a healthier alternative. And for the most part, most rye bread that I've seen has been vegan, but you still want to double check and look at the ingredients anyway. But most of the rye bread that I've seen was vegan. Another good staple that I think is good to have is some nutritional yeast. Now with nutritional yeast, if you're already a vegan, you already know what you can do with nutritional yeast. If you're just transitioning, you need this. This is definitely a good staple to have because literally, like if you like vegan Parmesan or if you like anything to have like that cheesy flavor, this is perfect for that. Also, it's perfect because it has vitamin B12 in it. So if you're looking for another way to get vitamin B12, definitely go with nutritional yeast. Now I'm gonna go more into like the bulk section basically, because like we like to shop in a bulk section. So I'm gonna show you guys what we get from the bulk section. So right here I have some chickpeas, and we already know what you can do with chickpeas. To me, chickpeas I use in place of tofu because it's a healthier alternative to tofu. Tofu, it has soy in it and it's not really that good for you. We eat soy occasionally, but I really try to stay away from soy, so we don't really buy the tofu, and I just don't like the taste of tofu, so I don't buy anything with tofu. So with this, like, I like to make like chickpea salad. I like to make barbecue chickpeas. I like the possibilities with chickpeas are endless. You can make chickpeas chili. Like basically anything that you can do with basically tofu, you can do with chickpeas too. I understand that chickpeas is not like it won't soak up the flavor like tofu. When it comes to chickpeas, it kind of has its own flavor, but you can still like add seasonings to make it taste different. It's not as versatile as tofu, but the way I make it, I try to make it as versatile as tofu. So with these, like I said, I like to put it on top of a salad, or I like to make tuna salad out of it. My kids love it. My son, he was raised a pescatarian, so he's used to eating tuna fish. So when I make this, it tastes exactly like tuna fish, and he loves eating this. You could fry it up. You could snack on it like chips, like roasted chickpeas, and add different seasonings to it. So like I said, the possibilities with chickpeas are endless, and it's very affordable, especially if you buy it in bulk like this. And then you can just make different meals out of it, so it's really affordable. Another staple I have in my pantry is, of course, flour. You definitely need flour with anything that you're gonna make, whether you're baking or you want to batter like anything like mushrooms or anything like that. And the flour that I like to use is rye flour and spelt flour. Another thing that I like to use are some Brazil nuts. Now, basically this, so you don't have to have Brazil nut, but any type of nut, whatever your favorite type of nut is good to buy in the bulk section. We just happen to have these. We like these because these are alkaline. You can use this to make nut cheese, nut milk. If you're a vegan, these are definitely a staple in your pantry you want to have, especially if you like cheese. So definitely look into that. Another staple would be black beans. Now with black beans, like you already know what y'all can do with black beans. Simple rice and beans. They're cheap, they're affordable. So you should always stock them on these. Chili, black bean chili, the soup is, you can do different things. Black bean burger, there's a lot of things that you can do with black bean. You want to buy veggie burgers, you want to make your own veggie burgers, definitely need these in your pantry. And about 2 more things I'm going to show from the bulk section. I have some. Right here I got some coconut flour. Now I'm not coconut flour, I'm sorry, coconut sugar. And I like this and date sugar. Those are my 2 sugars. We try to stay away from white sugar. We don't use white sugar anymore, or brown sugar, because brown sugar is just white sugar that's dyed brown. So definitely make sure you look at the difference. This is coconut sugar. So there's a difference between this and brown sugar. So make sure when you read it, it says coconut sugar. And date sugar is also around this color, so just pay attention. But coconut sugar and date sugar are alkaline. Well, at least date sugar is. I never really heard about like coconut sugar be alkaline, but it's definitely not on a bad list of sugars to stay away from. But those 2 are definitely a staple that you want to have in your pantry. And it just replaces, so whether you're vegan or not, you should already know what you can do with sugar. It just replaces whatever you do with sugar, whether you put it in tea or put it in your bacon, cookies, oatmeal, whatever you sweeten, use a sweeten. That's what you do with date sugar and coconut sugar. The next thing I'm going to talk about in my pantry is rice. Actually, I want to talk about another thing too. Some lentils. Lentils is another bean. If you're gonna go with a healthier alternative, I would go with lentils instead of black beans. Black beans aren't as healthy as lentils are for you, and they're high in iron and fiber. So definitely look into getting lentils instead, because you can also make lentil burgers. You can use it as ground meat for like tacos and spaghetti and things like that, and you can make lentil soup. So definitely look at lentils. Look into getting lentils. They're also affordable, and they come like in a bulk section, or you can get it like in one of those big type of bags at the grocery store. So definitely have lentils in your pantry. If anybody want to see me do like a demonstration or a video on me making anything from scratch, please, you all gotta let me know. Leave a comment down below, or tag me or hit me up and inbox me on Instagram. I'll link my Instagram down below if y'all want me to make another video, me demonstrating how I make everything with these items that I'm showing. So another thing I wanted to show was, oh, the rice. So right here we have some wild rice. Now wild rice is like the best rice that you could possibly eat. We're not perfect, we're not all the way there to alkaline yet. We're slowly transitioning, but right now we still occasionally eat jasmine rice and things like that. But we're trying to soon eventually just switch to alkaline. Maybe we'll just do it like at least 50-60% of the time. But right here we have some wild rice, and any rice is good to have in your pantry, but wild rice is the healthier option. If you're alkaline, you already know that wild rice is the only rice that's recommended because it's the most natural rice. People think brown rice is good for you. Brown rice is not good for you. All it is a dyed version of white rice. So stay away from brown rice and try to stay away from white rice. I need to do it myself, but I'm just telling you guys, like, if you want to be more healthier and health conscious, definitely try to stay away from brown rice and white rice and just switch over to some wild rice. But they're all affordable. Rices are affordable to have in bulk. So whatever rice you decide to get, definitely make sure you stock that up in your pantry. And you, like I said, it's endless with rice. You already know what you can do with rice. You could put it in a burrito. You can, you know, just rice and beans, rice and chickpeas, rice and lentils, whatever you want. Like, it's a staple item to have. You don't need a lot to have. Like, if you're on a budget or you want to save money, just if you have this, you always have a meal if you have some rice. And you can mix it up with some avocado, dress it up, or whatever. So yeah, that's something that you want to have, a staple item in your pantry. Another thing, and then we're going to move on to, like, I guess seasonings and everything like that. So I'm going to start up. No, one thing I did forget before I get into that, hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are really good to have because hemp, you can put it on you can put it in your yogurt, you can put it in your smoothies, you can make a hemp milk, which is a better milk for you. If I can recommend a milk, I think hemp will be better. Hemp and coconut are like my two favorite milks. As far as Brazil nut milk, it has like a little strong taste, so I prefer mostly hemp milk and coconut milk. With hemp seeds, like I said, it's endless. You can sprinkle it over your salads or anything. And the good thing about hemp is it has omega-3s. I like to use it for milk mostly. I don't really like to sprinkle it over anything. I like to use it for milk. So yeah, this is what I do. This is a good staple to have. It's affordable if you get it in bulk. If you buy it in like a bag, it's a little more expensive. Sweetener, a good sweetener would be dates. I already talked about coconut sugar and date sugar, but another alternative, which is a little bit cheaper, would be to get a pitted dates from the bulk section. And the bulk section is not really going to be, it's going to probably have pits in it. This one, they removed the seed from it. So look into getting dates in bulk. This was a little bit more pricier because they removed the pits, and they only give you a little small amount. So it's better just to get it from the bulk section and remove the little pit yourself. Or if you don't want to do that, you just get date sugar. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is like seasonings and like a little bit of sauces. So since we just talked about dates, a sweetener, I'm going to talk about agave. And I have some raw agave nectar, and this is alkaline. This is a staple that you want to have in your pantry. So you basically, I like to use this as sometimes syrup because it's less sugar. I prefer to give this to the kids and put it on their pancakes and waffles and things like that. And also I like to sometimes use this in my smoothies, just when I want like a smooth consistency. Dates sometimes, like at least with the blender I have until I upgrade the blender, dates can be a little thick and like chunky when I put it in smoothies. So when I want like a really smooth smoothie, I use agave, or sometimes I use like the coconut sugar. And but I like to use the coconut sugar and the date sugar, but I mostly like to use that for like when it comes to baking and stuff like that. And the next thing I have, of course, is sea salt. Sea salt is good to have. Not table salt. There's a difference. Table salt is bad for you, and it's not good for you. Table salt is not good. It's just bad. So if you're going to use salt, salt is not really good for you in general. But if you're going to use salt, definitely stick to regular sea salt. And I know you guys know this seasoning. This is like, especially if you shop at Trader Joe's, this is like one of their most popular seasonings that you really can't find anywhere else. This is the everything bagel seasoning. And I hear people put it on everything. I like to just use this for my bagels, or sometimes it'll be good on some like plain rice and beans. Also, I have this seasoning. This is the chili lime seasoning blend, and this is also another good staple to have. You can put this on anything. Sometimes I just like smash up some avocado and sprinkle a little bit of this on it, or I like to put it on my avocado toast, or some rice and beans to dress it up, and it has like a good lime flavor on it. Another seasoning that I like is this sea kelp. Now with this sea kelp, I like to put this in, like I just told you guys, I make chickpea tuna salad. I like to put this in my chickpea tuna salad along with some Old Bay seasoning. And my gosh, this is the reason why like it tastes exactly like tuna salad, because this is sea kelp and it has like a strong fishy taste, and it gives it that tuna fish taste. So this is like the best seasoning to add on to chickpea tuna salad. So definitely you want to have this in your pantry. This is organic sea kelp. I like Bragg's, the Bragg's one of this. But any type of sea kelp, or you can buy it like in like the seaweed type and then just break it up. But I like it that I like the fact that this is already a seasoning. Another thing I want to show, if you want to like be salt free and you might not want to use any seasoning, a good thing to have is some coconut aminos. And this is like a soy sauce alternative. Like I said, we're trying to stay away from soy. That's why we don't use soy sauce anymore. Occasionally, like I said, we might still have a few products. Like we might have like the Beyond Meat burger or something like that, which does contain soy. But for the most part, we try to stay away from it. But every now and then, we do like to eat a little bit of things that contain soy. But yeah, coconut aminos is a good placement for soy sauce if you're trying to stay away from soy. And it's also a good alternative if you're trying to stay away from salt. So this will season your food. So like you have rice and beans, like you can put this on top of it instead of putting salt or seasoning on top. So yeah, and last but not least, I'm going to show you guys something I like to use to snack on. And these right here are some organic seaweed chips. We also like kale chips, but we don't have kale chips at the moment. But seaweed chips and kale chips are two good replacements for potato chips. And they're way healthier. Also, if you guys ever heard of burro bananas, when they're green, if you slice them up really thin, put a little bit of oil, salt, and whatever seasonings you want to put on them, bake them for about 20 to 30 minutes, and you can have burro banana chips. But if you don't want to do all that, you can just get some organic sea salt seaweed chips, or if you can make your own by just getting, you know, the long seaweed sheets and just breaking them up in pieces and making your own. But yeah, we definitely have to have these on hand because my daughter loved these. She loved these, and your kids will love them. My son actually eats them too, and he's picky with things, but he actually likes these too. So now, last but not least, I'm going to show you guys this grapeseed oil. So grapeseed oil and avocado oil are my two favorite oils that I like to cook with. They're two of the recommended alkaline oils. Yeah, I would recommend to cook with those. I also like coconut oil, but I don't like to cook with it. I like to maybe use it to I like to use it for skincare purposes and things like that, or to do like sometimes oil pulling. But or you can use it to like put on popcorn after you pop popcorn. But I would recommend to cook with coconut oil or olive oil. Olive oil is good for salads and things like that, salad dressings and stuff like that, or to put on your food after it's cooked. But I wouldn't recommend cooking with those. So like I said, grapeseed oil or avocado oil you want to have on hand to like saute or fry things, and also they're good for high heat cooking. So yeah, you guys, that is everything that I use as a staple in my diet. Obviously there's a whole bunch of other things you can use. You just have to find out what works for you. But I'm just helping you guys out, giving you guys a guide of what you can do if you're transitioning and you need help with transitioning. I'm just showing you guys some of the things that's available, that's affordable, that you can use. If you want to leave a comment here, you could reach me on my Instagram, message me on my Instagram account. I'll link it down below. So that was it. I'll see you guys in my next video.